So
So
good. If you guys missed it on Monday, we made little apartment gardens, and that's his little garden.
Wait, do they have names?
Yes. Oh, I didn't name them. They all just say basil. So maybe at the end of this we could come back to
name them
right now, or should we give people some time to think about good names for Italian basil?
Yeah, some time. We have time. We got an hour here to play with some basil names.
So
think about it, guys.
Come up with some names for us. We'll name these 4.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we're gonna make some hand sanitizer because you can't buy any anywhere. And really, if you're going out of the house, you probably need it unless you're wearing gloves all the time and being super, super careful about like taking your gloves off the right way and changing your gloves every time you touch something. And it's not always realistic. Gloves are super hard to come by, and we really want to make sure that people in healthcare have access to them, not people like us that are just like shopping for groceries. So we're gonna make some.
Cool.
Really important when making your hand sanitizer to maintain the proper level of alcohol in it. So last week I read on the internet, I was like, you can make your own hand sanitizer. I mixed like half rubbing alcohol and half aloe, made this hand sanitizer. I was really happy with it. It felt like it was like the right consistency and stuff. Since I have found out that I cut my alcohol percentage way too low and it's totally ineffective. So I really just wasted like half a bottle of alcohol. So it's very important if you're going to make this along with us to follow the ratios properly so that your hand sanitizer works.
What do we need?
So what I have here is 70% rubbing alcohol. If you have in your first aid kit 91%, that's totally fine too. I have a slightly adjusted direction for that. 70% is the ideal one to work with because it has just enough water in it that it allows the alcohol to permeate the cell membranes. If you don't have the water, it'll essentially form like a shell around the virus and not kill it. So we want like a 70% to start with.
No shells. No virus shells.
No, we do not want to preserve this and like allow it to spread to all of our tiger friends and stuff, you know? So you also need some aloe. Now I believe Carrie Ann did not have any aloe gel, so she's lucky enough to have fresh aloe.
I have a whole lot of aloe at home to show you how to take your aloe and make it into aloe gel too. So
does the aloe have a name?
Not yet.
Aloysius.
Beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, Aloysius.
Little Baz.
For today.
No, these are great names for basil. We'll come back to that though. And now if you happen to have vegetable glycerin, that's also really great to use in place of aloe. I have this from a different craft. It's not the kind of thing people normally have, but some people have it in their kitchen or in their craft supplies. I used it to make bath bombs or making soap, stuff like that. So if you have this around, it works really well also. So I'll make it both ways, but I'm going to start with the aloe gel. So I'm going to use a measuring cup as my mixing container because it has a little spout so I can pour it into my container when I'm done. And the recipe is 6 parts alcohol to 1 part aloe gel. So I'm going to use a tablespoon. You can use any measuring device you want. If you want to use depending on how big your container is, really. If you have like a big bottle that you want to fill up, you could use a half cup, you could use a quarter cup. But I am working with some like pretty little bottles. So I'm going to start pretty small with a tablespoon. So I'm going to start with my 1 tablespoon of aloe gel. Just like a level tablespoon. And then 6 of rubbing alcohol. Now, if you did have I'm going to count this out. 1, 3, 4, 5, if you had the 91% rubbing alcohol, you also need to add 1 tablespoon of water, just so that, again, it like permeates the cell membranes and stuff. So then you just want to mix it up really good. That's one of the other considerations when making a DIY hand sanitizer. You just have to make sure that it's like a uniform ratio, because if you spray it on your hand and you get all aloe, it's not going to kill the germs. So I'm using like a little whisk, use a fork, a spoon, whatever, just like really make sure it gets combined evenly. And you can also add essential oils if you want, because right now it smells like really bad. Just like rubbing alcohol. It smells pretty terrible. So I have a few different ones from my like diffuser. So I'm gonna make this one like a cinnamon. I think about 5 drops of essential oil is probably appropriate for making sure that it's you're not throwing off your ratio too much. So I'm gonna use 3 drops of cinnamon oil, and I'm gonna do 2 drops of tea tree oil. Now, tea tree oil is also antiseptic, so I mean, I can't tell you exactly how much more germs it'll kill with this in it, but it definitely isn't gonna hurt. So
More than 99.9% of germs?
It's gonna kill every germ you've ever met. And for this first one, so you see it's pretty liquidy, right? It's not like a hand sanitizer gel that you buy in the store. Mm-hmm. So when picking what kind of container you're gonna put this in, like a spray bottle would be ideal. So I have this like little hairspray bottle from a Birch box or whatever, one of those little beauty supply things. So I washed this out, it's dried, disinfected.
How did
I
you
also have
Susan?
What?
Like disinfect that container? Like how did you wash it out to it?
Just soap and water and like let it air dry. I used like antibacterial dish soap. So it's just like fresh, clean start. But the consistency of the sanitizer is going to work really well in a spray bottle. It also works pretty well in these pump bottles if you have an old Purell bottle that you want to refill. I also have these little silicone travel bottles that are also pretty good because they have like a little, when you squeeze it, it kind of controls how much comes out. You don't get like it everywhere. So just going to pour it in.
How does it smell now?
It smells good. It smells like cinnamon. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. It kind of smells like a cocktail, but don't drink it. It's very poisonous to drink it. Also, some other warnings. Do not do this near an open flame. The alcohol content is very, very high. Do not do it near an open flame or a cigarette or anything that you might be smoking. Very dangerous. And definitely don't mix it with bleach. If you combine rubbing alcohol with bleach, it makes chloroform. So just be sure that like you didn't disinfect your bottle with bleach because you might like knock yourself out with the fumes. So this bottle's ready. You spray it on your hands. You just want to spray both hands. Rub it around. And the essential oils also like make it a little more moisturizing, so your hands aren't going to dry out quite as fast.
Oh, nice.
So disinfected, and it smells really good. It smells really good. Cinnamon oil, definitely recommend that one. So that's our bottle. So now, Carrie-Ann, you don't have any aloe, so
I don't have aloe, but I have my aloe plant, which I forgot the name of already.
Wait, let's see. Was it in the chat?
No, I don't know. Okay.
Aloysius.
Sorry.
Aloysius. Oh, that's so good.
So if you have an aloe plant, you want to make sure I guess these are leaves or aloe sticks. I don't know what you call them. But you want to cut them at the very tip, and you want to get them from the outer part of it. And you want to make sure it's at least, let me put this knife down, 8 inches long, and that's when you know it's ready. So You're going to cut them off, and then you want to put them in a jar and let them sit for like 10 to 15 minutes, and you'll see like, it's called aloe resin all at the bottom. And that's the stuff you want to come out of it before you use it. So these guys have been chilling for a little while, so they're ready.
Yeah, aloe sticks. Definitely aloe sticks.
Your aloe stick is now ready to be butchered or harvested.
Oh, Corinne, could you put the plant in like the hold up your plant so everybody can see it? I think it's off the side of the frame.
Oh, because everybody needs to know our friend here. And actually, shout out to Janice. Janice gave this to me years ago. Thanks, Janice. Still going strong. I did not kill it. Okay, so then you have your little like pointy bits over here. You're gonna slice each side off of that first. So this is why I have my knife and my cutting board. And then you also want to have like a bucket of water because you're gonna like give your aloe a little bath. All right, so here we go. Cut on the side. And after you cut the side, we're gonna slice off like one of the tops. And I do the flat side. You can use a knife or a vegetable peeler for this, whatever you're more comfortable with. Taking off my protective glasses so I can see properly. Okay, so once you get the top off, you can see like it's very gooey. You can use a spoon now, kind of like maybe with like an avocado, you do the same, and you're gonna scoop out its guts inside.
I would say this. I'd say a question about if it'll protect against a sunburn. The rubbing alcohol will burn the shit out of your sunburn. So do not spray this on your sunburn.
Yeah.
But like not on a cut or anything. It's gonna burn.
Like what we're preparing right now is just like an aloe gel. So like before you add it to your hand sanitizer or rubbing alcohol bits, like you can use this for a burn or something, but after, don't do that. So you can see it's like super goopy right now. I'm gonna put that in the bath and just like rinse that off a little bit, and then it's also easier to control as you're cutting it, because I was trying to cut this earlier and oh my god, it was just like flip-flopping around all over the table. So that was a good time.
It looks fun.
It's fun. It's like very goopy. So now we're going to cut it very small. Like, I mean, I'm not a chef. Maybe Chef Boy or Beans would have a better terminology here, but you're going to like basically mince it, or you can do a bunch of it and put it in a food processor or a blender. And sorry for the noise. And then I'm going to take my spoon too and just kind of mash it even more.
And like you were saying, like at this point, the aloe could be used for like anything. You can put it on a cut. It'll help heal wounds, to burn. Like you're probably going to end up with some extra aloe, more than you need for your little bottle of sanitizer. So like, you have to make sure you preserve it if you want it to last longer, which is a whole other topic. Has anybody else ever done this? Like, have you guys mashed up aloe? You got any? Oh, thank you for the confirmation from Chef Boy or Beans. Appreciate that. Yeah, have you ever done anything like this? Like, you got any tips for me? Because I'm new to this aloe harvest life. Okay. I feel like it's a good consistency now. See, like it's very disgusting.
Slimy and consistent.
And like, the smoother you can get it, the more it'll evenly incorporate with your alcohol. So if you did put in a food processor or a blender, it's going to be very much the same kind of consistency as a bottled aloe. So That is ideal. No pressure, Carrie Ann.
Sorry, I'll be here for 3 days. So I'll see you. Each craft, I'm just still doing this. No, just kidding. All right, so I feel it's good. And then I did some earlier because it takes a minute to prep this. And then also you can just like rinse your hands off. You can rinse your hands off in your little bucket of water that you have and like wipe it. And now, Susan, can you take me through my next steps and I will make the same over here.
Perfect. So you're going to take what kind of measuring spoon did you have? A tablespoon?
I used a tablespoon and I already measured out. Woo! It's okay. I have a little baby gravy boat. Look how cute this is. Can we just take a second to appreciate the cuteness of this baby gravy boat? And I already have 6 tablespoons of rubbing alcohol in here.
So then you just take a tablespoon of your aloe, mix that in there, and blend it up as well as you can. Earlier, somebody asked if you needed to shake it beforehand. I would say, like right now, mine is looking like pretty homogeneous. It's not separating at all. I think the aloe and the alcohol blend together really well. But I would say if you look at it and you see that it has separated all, definitely give it a good shake to make sure that you're getting an even amount of both things.
Baby gravy.
Yeah.
I'm like, by the end of this, I think everything in my apartment will have a name and I'll just be like talking to everything and nobody's gonna know what it is.
the quarantine crazies.
Okay.
So while you're mixing yours up, I'm gonna do the vegetable glycerin one.
Okay, cool. I love that.
So this is just like food grade vegetable glycerin. Again, I don't really expect anyone to have this around, but if you do, it works a little bit better than the aloe, I think. I just figure it's much less likely that you have this.
Wait, Susan, is that the stuff they make bombs with in Fight Club?
Oh, is it? That's not what I got it for. But I haven't seen Fight Club in a while, so maybe.
Okay, just checking.
For us is this. Someone in the comments, if you could let us know if this is what you make bombs out of.
In Fight Club.
We'll be checking. Vegetable glycerin, I got this on Amazon. I've had it like about a year because we did a bath bomb night a while ago, but it seems pretty readily available. I know aloe is like kind of hard to find right now. It seems like a lot of people have bought it up out of stores. Same for rubbing alcohol. So if you didn't already have them on hand, we have some other creative ideas for you. We'll get to that though. But yeah, so vegetable glycerin, same thing, 1 tablespoon, and then 6 tablespoons of 70% rubbing alcohol. If you had 91% rubbing alcohol instead, you'll have 6 tablespoons of that and 1 tablespoon of water. Yes, I saw it at Walgreens. Yeah. Oh, no Walgreens in Canada. Maybe do you have CVS in Canada? Walmart, Amazon, internet. Yeah, you definitely have Amazon in Canada. And now Crystal asked before if you could use anything to scent it. Yeah, I mean, I have all kinds of scents here. Again, I'm using the tea tree oil because I want the extra antiseptic properties. But I made the last one cinnamon. I think I'll do like lavender lemongrass for this one.
Ooh.
And again, just like probably not, anything besides oils. I don't think so. I don't think that you want to add anything else to this that would, like if you put like a powdered ingredient, it might interact with the alcohol. So an essential oil is like pretty neutral. It's not going to interact and affect how well the alcohol works. So probably just essential oils. Otherwise it's going to smell like rubbing alcohol, but that's not the worst thing. It smells. So I'm doing 2 drops of lavender, 2 drops of tea tree, and 2 drops of lemongrass. Mixing it all up again.
So Susan, can I pour this and you tell me if you think this is the right consistency?
Yeah. It's like, it should be pretty liquidy, to be honest. It's because we're not adding some of the chemical stabilizers. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, that looks exactly right. It's pretty watery.
And should I like work on that?
Say that again?
It was a little chunky at the end. Like, should I like keep mixing it?
Yeah, if it's chunky, keep going. You want it very, very consistent throughout.
So as you can see, if you're using like an actual aloe plant, it's a little bit more labor intensive, a little more involved.
Okay, so here's the thing. If you have no aloe and you have no aloe plants, you could just take straight rubbing alcohol, add some essential oil if you want to, or not, and just put this in a spray bottle. It's totally just as effective. It's just much harsher on your skin. So you're putting that vegetable glycerin, you're putting that aloe in to make it less drying to your hands. But like if you just have your rubbing alcohol and stick it in a little jar and spray it, like it's fine. It's gonna work. Totally fine, effective. You're just gonna need a lot more lotion in your life. Now, if you don't have any rubbing alcohol, if that's not something that you keep in your first aid kit normally, you could get creative with your liquor cabinet. You would want to look for something that is 140 proof or higher in an unflavored liquor.
Oh.
Immersion blender would probably work really well for the aloe.
Yeah, I totally feel like you could.
Yeah, tea tree is also antifungal, so it's just like good, it's good. Like it's good things to add to your hands. So if you were looking for, in your liquor cabinet, you're gonna wanna look for like the really crazy shit that nobody really drinks. The Everclear, I believe Everclear comes in 151 proof, 189 proof, and 119 proof.
Like the stuff like light on fire, right?
Yeah, things that are like highly, highly flammable and smell terrible. And you probably haven't drinking since like third year of college. Devil's Spring is totally acceptable. I believe that's a 160 proof. I don't think they make Bacardi 151 anymore. I think it's called Cruisin' 151, but that would also be totally, totally effective. A 151 proof is about a 75% alcohol. So essentially you could use it about the same as the rubbing alcohol that I have here. Yeah. And then you could drink the rest, which is not the case with this. But I don't really recommend it. You'll get a really bad hangover.
Yeah, that sounds good.
But anything lower than a 140 proof is not effective. I know Tito's put out a big disclaimer that their alcohol content is not high enough. Do not use them for a hand sanitizer. It is just a waste of vodka. So if you're going to do that, just like read your labels, make sure that you're doing the right things. If you have any questions about the ratios, you can message us. I'm happy to do the math for you and let you know what like the proper amount of liquid to add to it is. So you got yours in your little bottle?
I did, and I want you to know that it was like the perfect amount for like my little tiny travel size.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean it was a little shy of the top, but it's like it's awesome. It's pretty good. So good job, Susan, on your measurements there.
I'm good. I like math. So I finished mixing my lemongrass lavender. It's okay. It smells okay. The cinnamon one smelled better. But I also have like the same size bottle. I'm gonna pour it in there.
151 memories or not? I know. Anyone have any good memories or like memories of the 151 experience?
Only bad memories for me.
There's your chance to turn that around. It could save your life.
Let 151 redeem itself for you.
So this one, I have it in like this kind of squirt top bottle. So you see, it's squirt it out, liquidy, rub it on your hands.
Yeah.
Sorry. Where's my prop? So you can see this better.
Beautiful. Look at that. They're out, but we're reusing the case. Reusing the containers.
Yeah. So, and if you have no Bacardi 151, you have no Everclear, you have no rubbing alcohol, that's okay, because soap works the best, honestly. Hand sanitizer should really only be used when you're out of the house, on the go. If you're staying inside, soap is the most effective. The coronavirus is like sealed in a lipid, so it has like a fatty shell to it, and soap breaks right through that and kills it really great. Oh wait, we have a good story. No memory of the memories. That is probably the truth, Angela. And C Noco 20, I probably said that wrong, got first fake ID on West 4th and immediately went to a bar to drink 151 and OJ and then puked outside the bar. Yep.
That's
That sounds
beautiful.
about right. I definitely grew up in a stranger's backyard somewhere in
Actually.
Massachusetts.
Guys, maybe we can get this Bacardi sponsorship going.
Hey, Bacardi, sponsor our hand sanitizer making, please. Thanks.
Or Everclear, 14 years old. Oh, Jason Harris from Connecticut.
So good. One time I was in high school. It was my senior year, and my parents were gone. So shout out to Barb for not tuning in right now. Although you probably know. I wouldn't be surprised. And they were gone for like 2 weeks, and like all my friends had moved into the house basically during that time. And there was just one night, and we went to a drive-in, and we were just like, brought 151, instantly got wasted. And I basically...
Wait. Time out. A drive-in?
Yeah, a drive-in movie theater in Rhode
Did you
Island.
grow up in the 50s? What?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Open?
I know I felt the fountain of youth, and I look really good, right?
Killing it.
And basically, I don't know what happened, but I woke up in the morning, and on my chest over here, I had like an open flesh wound. Like I fell into something. I think it was a muffler, but I'm not really sure. But like little like, I don't know, 17-year-old Carrie Ann just flopping around. And my prom was the next week, and my dress, like, it cut like this and then had a keyhole right here and just like perfectly framed the gouge on my chest.
Karen, I feel like this is like a weekly story for you. You're always hurting yourself somehow.
I mean, true, always hurting myself. And yeah, you're not
Dress that you wore on New Year's Eve a couple years ago?
Wait, say what?
That's the same dress that you wore on New Year's Eve a couple years ago?
Yeah, at that one, exactly. But so it was good. I get to redeem the dress by wearing it with a nice heeled chest years later.
Didn't know. Janice with the mom facts. That's true.
I know. Actually, my parents used to tell me another story about them going away. Is they used to tell me that they had like a taxidermy deer on the wall, and they used to tell me there was a camera in deer, and that they knew everything. So like I would use caution tape off the room so people wouldn't go in that room, and just be like, can't go in there. But for years, like from 4th to like.
Why is the rest of the house a mess, but not the den?
I know, it was kind of nice. There was most like valuables and antiques were in there too, so worked out. They knew what they were doing.
I don't have any stories like that because I didn't break any rules in high school.
I know, Susan's really good. I'm the bad kid.
Balance.
I want to know your story. Oh, the gala. Yep, that's where it all came back.
I just made another one really quick because I still had more bottles left. So this one is a geranium and tea tree oil. It's also smells okay, but I still think cinnamon smells the best.
Yeah, mine does not smell well because I don't have any essential oils. So back to what she said before, pretty terrible.
But effective.
But effective, and that's all that matters right now. So yeah, but if you have essential oils, listen to Susan.
Yeah, COVID virus doesn't care what you smell like, though.
Yeah.
You're staying inside anyway. No one else can smell you. Doesn't matter.
Yes, Mars is following Susan. Susan is teaching me, and you too could be following Susan, and we want to see if you make what Susan
Yeah, I want to see what kind of little bottles you put it in.
Yeah.
What scents you tried out.
And if you have any questions, you can DM us on Instagram at House of Korea, and Susan will come back with some sweet answers for you.
Yeah, so it's really important to have the ratios correct. So if you have any questions about your proportions, please let me know. I'm happy to do the math for it and answer it for you guys. And like I said, we also keep in our house, we keep it in a spray bottle, just like a regular cleaning bottle labeled 70% alcohol. And we spray down like the packages when they come, whenever we get an Amazon package or something. I'm sure everyone's seen those like terrible videos from the Amazon warehouses where people are like spitting on packages and stuff. So it can hurt. Just like spritz your stuff down with it if you have it, or or something. But I will say you just want to be careful about the surfaces because I sprayed down a box this morning and you can see it like washed all the ink off. So like, make sure it's your package so you don't like erase your neighbor's information.
Be nice to your neighbor. Can we take a break and talk about the names for our plants? Do we have the 4 names for our basil plant? And can
we definitely got some good submissions in the chat. So I'm gonna scroll up and find some of the best ones. There were some really good ones earlier.
Oh, and Susan, Mars has a question that is this pet safe?
I mean, probably not. Probably not, right? Like you don't want your animal to drink this or lick it, but if you're putting it just on your hands while you're out, if you're like, say you're walking the dog and you like touch a handrail and realize you probably shouldn't have done that, you can use this. And I would say when you get home, just wash your hands before you like let your dog lick your hands. But also the alcohol evaporates pretty quickly. Like once your hands are dry, the alcohol's gone. So it's probably not the worst thing. But I'd be careful because your pets are nice.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. So this was not a name suggestion for one of the basil plants, but I'm pretty sure we have to name one of them Jason Harris from Connecticut.
Jason Harris from Connecticut. Yeah.
Which I believe was Corey's fake ID name. But I'm pretty sure that has to be a basil plant name now.
It's gonna be this little basil here in the back with 3 leaves.
Yes.
Okay, who else do we have here?
So then earlier we had Lil Baz.
Oh, very cute, Lil Baz.
Like L-I
or a little.
Yeah, Lil. Lil.
I mean, obviously, right?
I'm so excited about my little hand sanitizer right now. You guys have no idea.
Now you can go to the store and get your ingredients for your basil.
World is my oyster now. All right, what else do we got?
It won't let me scroll up higher. I'm missing some of them. I don't remember. There were some really good ones.
I remember seeing Emiliano, which I'm down for. Emiliano, the Italian basil.
Yes, Emiliano was good.
That's cute.
That's
real cute.
But then I have one more baby basil without a name. So, guys, let me know.
Any? Do we have any last minute name suggestions for the last little basil?
I think cannoli.
Ooh, cannoli.
I mean, yeah.
But I mean, I'm open to other ones, guys. No.
I mean, cannolis are great. I'll write it down if we don't get anything better in a minute. We got Lil Baz Wells. Lil Baz is here.
Show us Lil Baz. Yes. I know, David. I will get you Sunny.
Cannoli it is.
I'm going to get you one for every day of the week so you can change it every single day.
Yes, please.
Like as you're talking, just like out of screen and back on with new sunnies and out and in.
I think I need one with a Glamosaurus on them. I know those are usually on bags, but like, do you have a sunny with a Glamosaurus?
No. They
Okay.
live on bags, but maybe I can get you a fanny pack with one.
Ooh. Yeah, so I can store all my hand sanitizers in my Glamosaurus fanny pack.
Yes, take them out, ready to go. Ready for
your attack kit.
Yeah. All right, what was the last one? Did we go with cannoli?
Yeah, cannoli with 5
Cute.
I feel like these Italian names will really help this Italian basil do its thing. I hope.
We might have to update the title of this segment to Doing Things and Naming Things.
Naming all the things. We have baby gravy now.
I actually have more baby plants in the back, but I can't get them right now.
No, we'll save them for another episode. We're back tomorrow at 2:00, guys.
Yeah. And
How exciting is that?
If you want to start thinking of names, I have some like pea sprouts going, a couple kale plants. If you just want to like brainstorm on your end, guys.
Cool. All right.
Love it.
And then if you guys want to prep for tomorrow, we are going to be doing DIY backgrounds that you can make for all your cool Zoom calls, your FaceTime situations. Yeah, David, you better get ready for this. Like,
wait, so what do I need? What do I need to have in advance? So I I need to be ready for this.
You need some sort of paper, like either cardstock paper. You could use like magazines. You could use newspaper. Like, we can get creative with this. You need like a stick, or you could stick it right to your wall too. But like a stick or something, because we're gonna make like little garlandy things that are coming down. Like, and like, there's some holidays coming up that you might have like little holiday parties, like that you got to be ready and be like, yo, fam, check out what I did for this party.
I had a Zoom Seder last night. It was absurd.
Yeah, I did Zoom Seder last night too, and nobody had any nice backgrounds. No offense to anyone that was there is watching this, but like it was a little distracting. You see like everyone's whole apartment behind them. Like when you're doing a Seder, you got to focus on the subject matter.
So ours was in Zoom, so I had the pyramids for for my background for the first half, and then the second half it was just New York, and it was different.
That's very appropriate though. That's like perfect.
Yeah, adding some multimedia into the storytelling of the Haggadah, it was exciting. All right, so I think that was episode 3, right? You guys got some hand sanitizer. I think that was really helpful. Something everybody needs right now. Keep your damn hands clean, guys. Come on, like we gotta keep it sanitized. Any questions? Hit us up. Hit up House of Korea on Instagram. And tune back in tomorrow at 2:00 where we'll be doing things with House of Korea, doing things with House of Korea, doing things with House of Korea, doing things.
Yes, guys. Thank you so much. We love you.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
See you later.